You've already seen World According to Briggs' video about the top 10 reasons to move to Tennessee, but not everything that he said in that video was 100% accurate. What's up, y'all? I'm Rachael Hadidsaz. I'm a realtor with eXp in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So just like you, I just watched World According to Briggs' video about the reasons why you should move to Tennessee, and I just want to clarify a couple of things.
Tennessee has a history of Civil War battles, frontiersmen, and Smoky Mountain moonshine.
First off, moonshine ain't just in the mountains. We have moonshine distilleries in Middle and West Tennessee as well, although it is portrayed more in the mountains on television.
Number 10, low taxes. Tennessee is like a thief with a conscience when it comes to taxes. They don't take much. Not only do the residents not have to worry about paying state income tax on salaries and wages, but they have very low property taxes as well. Keep in mind though, there is currently a flat tax imposed on all income from interest, from bonds, and dividends.
Yes, Tennessee's low tax status is one of the main reasons why people are moving to Tennessee. I talk about this extensively in some of my other videos. What he's referring to here is the hall tax, which as of January 2021, Tennessee has completely phased out. Check out my video on retiring in Tennessee for more information on that.
Number 9. A low cost of living. Besides not taking it in the pants from the tax man, Tennessee has a reasonable cost of living. The volunteer state as a whole is 11% lower than the national average. Home prices are cheap too. The median home price in the whole state is $164,000. Even in the large popular cities like Nashville and Memphis, the median home prices are $340,000 in Nashville and $150,000 in Memphis.
While we do have a low cost of living here compared to some other states, I would disagree that it's cheap to live here. But we do have local residents in some of the larger cities, for instance, that still struggle to find affordable housing close to their job. Again, cheap is relative with whom you're talking to, but with inventory so low at the moment, home values are continuing to rise. We've seen over a 50% increase in the cost and value of housing in the past 5 years.
There are plenty of nice small towns outside of those cities that are dirt cheap for really good houses. You can get a house on a lake for like $240,000. That's decent, move-in ready.
And as far as lake property goes, those are few and far between, especially if you're looking for something under $500,000.
The music scene. Now, it's no secret that Nashville, Tennessee is known for being a music mecca. It has one of the best music scenes in the country, often being referred to as Music City. Some of the most famous musical acts, country music.
Music scene, 100%. Of course, Nashville is our nation's music city, but it's not just country music. We have all different types of music. And then of course, if you head over to Memphis, that's the home of the blues. Check out some blues music on Beale Street, or you can also visit Elvis Presley's home at Graceland. And let's not forget Knoxville and Chattanooga. Those cities have some great local music scenes as well.
Number 7, high-rated schools and universities. Now this one may shock some people, but Tennessee has a decent school system and their universities are really good.
Hey, I totally agree with this one, having gone through our education system firsthand. I went to Cookeville High School as well as the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, but just like any education, you still have to show up.
Memphis and Maryville College.
Maryville? I think you mean Maryville.
Number 6, beautiful landscapes. Tennessee may not have an ocean or the Rocky Mountains, but when you see the landscape in Tennessee, you won't miss them. Hiking, mountain biking, fishing, hunting, finding moonshine stills, camping, boating, you name it, the great outdoors of Tennessee has it for you.
Yes, he's got that right. We have over 50 state parks all throughout the state of Tennessee. Just about anything you want to enjoy, we have it here. Mountains, lakes, rivers, creeks, waterfalls, valleys, etc.
Number 5, the land of opportunity. Living in Tennessee allows you to go any direction you want as far as jobs and career, especially in healthcare. 4 of the state's largest employers outside the government are healthcare companies.
He's right about this as well. Tennessee is a very business-friendly state, and of course, with businesses come more job opportunities.
Number 4, it's a very welcoming vibe. The people of Tennessee are very welcoming and very friendly. Even in the bad areas I talked about in past videos, you'll find friendly, neighborly people that are always willing to give you a chance to be their friend.
Oh, definitely, despite the one or two negative Nellies that actually just live in the YouTube comments, I'm pretty sure they don't actually live in Tennessee, because a real Tennessean loves their neighbor and they'll be like, come on over, pull up a chair. Most people that move here obviously love Tennessee, or else they just keep driving to Florida.
Number 3, warm weather. Do you like hot and humid days? Do you like the feeling of sweat rolling between your cheeks while you're standing still in the shade? If you want that glorious feeling several times a summer, move to Tennessee. Summers are very hot and very humid, but if you don't like cold weather, this is a perfect place for you.
Ah, the weather. You're speaking my love language now. Of course, the weather here is nice and mild most of the year. We do have hot and humid summers and short, mildly moderate winters. It all comes with the natural beauty of the state. You can't have the beautiful greenery without the rain.
Number 2, the food and the drink. Memphis ribs, Jack Daniels, biscuits, and red-eye gravy. These are just some of the things you'll get used to and probably enjoy in Tennessee.
Totally. The food is definitely a reason to move here. I grew up on pinto beans and cornbread, chicken and dumplings, barbecue, fried chicken, strawberry shortcakes, you name it. Southern cuisine isn't what one would consider a heart-healthy diet.
There's an annual RC Cola and Moon Pie Festival. Yeah, I think it might have been canceled last year like everything else, but they have it.
Yes, there is such a festival as the RC Cola and Moon Pie Festival. It happens every year in Bell Buckle, of course, except for 2020. I just made a video about Bell Buckle, and you should check that out next.
But if you go there, everyone drinks Jack Daniels that does drink. It just seems like a thing there. I mean, it is a big thing with Tennessee, Jack Daniels. You can actually go to their distillery and take a tour. It's pretty neat.
So Jack is great, but the locals here know of some local distilleries that are even more popular than Jack or George. One of my favorites is in Woodbury, Tennessee, the Short Mountain Distillery. They're a small batch craft moonshine distillery that you should totally add to your bucket list of places to visit in Tennessee.
And number 1, festivals and things to do. First and foremost, you have the big music festival, Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. It's an awesome time on a 700-acre farm. It's 4 days of just killer bands.
Festivals and things to do. I don't know that I would necessarily put this at number 1, but you name it and we've created a festival for it. Lavender, dogwood tree, strawberry, biscuit, tomatoes, moon pies, you name it and we've created a gathering for it. The vast majority of people are not moving here to enjoy Bonnaroo. That does attract a lot of tourists and visitors to the area, but you don't need to live here to enjoy the festivals. I have heard from my neighbors down in Manchester that if you live within the vicinity of the farm where they hold Bonnaroo, they do offer free tickets.
Take a look at Tennessee. If you've ever thought about moving there, now's a perfect time. They're gaining people every year, but not at such a fast pace it's overblown, you know?
Thank you, Mr. Briggs, for your video about our beautiful state here. Overall, I totally agree with you, although I did disagree with some of the characterizations, like we're not really that cheap. For my 10 reasons to move to Tennessee, go check out that video. I'll go ahead and link that below. Tap that like button if you learned something new, and make sure to subscribe with the bell so that you'll be the first to know when I post a new video. I've got so much more to tell you about life and real estate in the Murfreesboro area, so I'll see you at the next video.